Woohoo! We made it. How about that? Hey, you guys, before we get started, firstly, Jesus has not sponsored me yet, although as many of you know, it is my go-to food for pretty much anything. However, on my way down here tonight, for this wonderful new iteration of Talkin' Toons, I wrote a new theme song, so check it out. I hope you like it. Okay, no music, just me. It goes like this. Talkin' Toons, Esports Arena's brought you Talkin' Toons. Ain't got no party hat or big balloons, no, just Talkin' Toons. We'll sing, we'll dance, we'll play, we don't care if you're straight or gay on Talkin' Toons. Esports Arena's given me a brand new home. So come on, let's have a laugh. And man, I dig my groovy staff here on Talkin' Toony. We're all a little loony. Dig the vibe on Talkin' Toons. I'm so excited to be here. I want to thank Frank Kelly and these fabulous kids, and I can say that authentically because everybody who works here, I think there are 763 people here, and their collective ages are half of mine. So thank you, all of us. Many of you have been following me and Talkin' Toons for 10 years. 10 years ago, 2011 is when I started. You followed me. We did them live at the Lovitz, then we did it live at the Improv, and then we did it at Nerdist, and now we are here at Esports Arena. And I could not be more excited. As you know, we have my special guest, the Brain. And for those of you who don't know, Maurice has been my first guest on every iteration of my show. So he's my lucky charm, irrespective of the number of times he pops me in my head. It's very exciting. We'll have him on in just a minute. But since many of you have been waiting, and some of my friends, bless your hearts, you're all over the world. And because I've been in this business a long time, let's just cut right to the chase. I know why you're here. So let's do this. United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, Republic Dominican, Cuba, Caribbean, Greenland, El Salvador, too, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Venezuela, Honduras, Guyana, and still Guatemala, Bolivia, then Argentina, and Ecuador, Chile, Brazil, Costa Rica, Belize, Nicaragua, Bermuda, Bahamas, Tobago, San Juan, Paraguay, Uruguay, Suriname, Antilles, Guyana, Barbados, and Guam, Norway, and Sweden, and Iceland, and Finland, and Germany, now one piece, Switzerland, Austria, Czechoslovakia, Italy, Turkey, and Greece, Poland, Romania, Scotland, Albania, Ireland, Russia, Oman, Bulgaria, Saudi Arabia, Hungary, Cyprus, Iraq, and Iran. There's Syria, Lebanon, Israel, Jordan, both Yemen, Kuwait, and Bahrain. The Netherlands, Luxembourg, Belgium, and Portugal, France, and Denmark, and Spain. India, Pakistan, Burma, Afghanistan, Thailand, Nepal, and Bhutan, Cambodia, Malaysia, then Bangladesh, Asia, and China, Korea, Japan, Mongolia, Laos, and Tibet, Indonesia, the Philippine Islands, Taiwan, Sri Lanka, New Guinea, Sumatra, New Zealand, and Borneo, and Vietnam, Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, Mozambique, Zambia, Swaziland, Gambia, Guinea, Algeria, Ghana. But wait, there's more. Burundi, Lesotho, and Malawi, Togo, the Spanish Sahara is gone. Nigeria, Chad, and Liberia, Egypt, Benin, Gabon, Tanzania, Somalia, Kenya, and Mali, Sierra Leone, and Algeria, Dahomey, Namibia, Senegal, Libya, Cameroon, Congo, Zaire, Ethiopia, Guinea-Bissau, Madagascar, Rwanda, Mayo, and Cayman, Hong Kong, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, Yugoslavia, Kuwait, Mauritania, then Transylvania, Monaco, Liechtenstein, Malta, and Palestine, Fiji, Australia, Sudan. All right. So now you guys can go to bed. Thank you. Thank you very much for letting me do that. I have done that a couple times in live things where I walk out and say, okay, I know what you want. And we do it, and then most people don't leave. But thank you very much. Okay. I could not be more excited, as I've already said. I think many of you know me well enough to know that this excitement and effusiveness and joy is utterly the cut of my jib. That's just how I am wired. As my second grade teacher said to my mother, Rob has a sunny disposition, and I do. And why the hell shouldn't I? I make my living doing essentially what got me in trouble in 7th grade. I get to spend my days with people like Maurice LaMarche. I get brand new friends here at Esports Arena, and I have all you lovely people out there to thank for the whole damn shooting match. Because as we know, without you, we ain't got nothing. So we are really excited about this brand new experiment where, as you know, we start a little bit late, but that's kind of the beauty of this, man. We ain't got nobody giving us times and all that. It's just we can play. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play. We're going to bring people on. We're going to have Carl Weezer or Doodles or whomever playing video games and freaking out and having so many things. We're going to be asking you guys for ideas. We're going to have all my friends come on. We're going to make new friends. The possibilities are endless, and I'm so excited. So then, without further ado, I should like to bring my dear friend and my co-partner, my cohort in world overtaking, my friend the Brain, or as I know him, Maurice LaMarche. Hey, Mo, are you there?
Greetings, my friend. Yes.
Isn't that the coolest damn thing in the world? How are you, buddy?
I think these disguises work, Pinky. Your disguise is very skinny, man.
I know. Look, I've got a
Cheez-It shirt.
A Cheez-It jersey. As people know, I'm a big hockey fan.
Yes.
I've got my Cheez-It jersey with my Red Wing hat. But yeah, this is about. This is more like your size, Morris. This is.
Yes, I know. They only had, for my disguise, Pinky, they had this jumbo human suit. It's vaguely Mediterranean look. But I said, I'll take it. We've got to take over the world tonight on this Talkin' Toons podcast.
Oh, bless your heart. And by the way,
I'm dropping it.
I'm
dropping the character. Hi, man.
Hey, man. Honestly, thank you so much. Maurice was not able to make the trip down because it's his son Jonathan's birthday. Happy birthday, Jonathan Guy LaMarche. And
Jonathan LaMarche.
I am.
The party is going on downstairs right now. And I'm actually in a very special room. I'm not at home.
You spent a lot of time in special rooms, haven't you, Maurice?
I have.
Usually with rubber on the walls.
But this is the special home of somebody you know and love, and that is the Grimmy family.
Oh, yes, Christine's family, yes.
You know Marcus, you know
yes.
Bud.
Bud, I do.
And I am in the room that dear Christina did all of her videos from, all those YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And where her brother, Marcus, and my son, Jonathan, are writing and recording much of the music for their band, The Similar.
The Similar, right.
This is the room. A lot of magic has happened.
Fantastic.
And we remember Christina today as well, because it is the day she left us.
That's right.
5 years ago today.
On Jonathan's birthday, I recall that, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we just had a concert for a cause online a few nights ago, and they performed their new song. It's called "Beautiful Girl," and I got to tell you, it's so heartbreaking. If you go to the ChristinaGimmyFoundation.com, you'll find out the date when they'll replay it. You'll hear it, and if you can make a donation to that. I know that we usually do the plugs at the end.
No, this is a big deal.
This cause is so important to me because, as you know, handgun violence has touched my life.
A couple of times.
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. And my father in 1987.
Yeah.
Our dear friend Phil Hartman. And our dear Christina Grimmy.
Yeah.
And I often say, if there had been a Christina Grimmy Foundation when my father was killed, I might not have gone down the path I did, which was alcoholism and depression and drug addiction. I've been sober, as you know, since January 20th, 89.
Bravo.
But the damage that grief can cause, this is what the Christina Grimmy Foundation addresses.
Is about.
They reach out to people who have survived.
Yeah.
They support them financially. They support them emotionally.
Great.
It's brilliant. All right. Plug's done. Let's talk
No, that's great. And by the way, folks, for those of you who know, Grimmy is spelled Grimmie, correct?
Yes.
Great. So we want to check out the Christina. Yeah. So, no, thank you, Maurice. And by the way, that is one of the things we love about this show, and what all of the work that Mo and I and all of our friends and Talkin Toons, you guys have been so supportive over the years. And the very thing that Maurice was just kind enough to share with us is what we're about. Inclusion, authenticity, kindness, joy, remembering the good stuff and trying to continue that whole legacy of being musical,
and
happy,
being
and
of
joyful.
service.
And being of service.
Giving.
We are here to help you. And our job is essentially to help you laugh. So we're very grateful. Thank you, Mo.
That's really where it comes down, isn't it? Because that's what we can really do. And I know I just tried to be a spokesman just now.
Oh, no, it's all right.
And it really was from the heart.
Yes, it was.
But, you know, what we've gotten the gift of doing is bringing laughs to people.
It's the coolest
sometimes
thing in the
at very
world.
dark times in their lives.
Man, isn't that the truth? The thing that, and we'll talk about this more, as I said, today's kind of a feeling out the whole, show thing. But one of the things that I love about conventions, and of course we've been dealing with COVID Con now for a year and change, and we're getting back on the road. We're getting our act together and taking it back on the road. And we might even do it with this, be on the road. Stay tuned. But over and over again, the overarching takeaway from any weekend that Mo and I share together, doing a live anything, or Randy and Mo and I doing Animaniacs in concert, whatever, is we go home from 2 or 3 solid days of saying thank you to people. People who are ostensibly strangers, but not really. We've kind of known each other now for 35 years vis-a-vis these cartoons. So thank you, all of you. And it's not the last time I'm going to say it. I'm just so damned excited. But we also now, it's Jonathan LaMarche's birthday, so I don't want to keep you forever brain. Yes. But with respect to that, by the way, could you pull up that little thing for me, Connie, if you would, that thing that I had sent to Brandon?
You want me to pull something up?
Yeah.
What
yes,
kind
Brain.
of show is this,
Pinky? Can you get it up, Brain? Would you guys, Brandon or Conrad, would you put that script on the screen that I was asking you for a little bit ago? Oh, we have the picture. No, I'll do that.
We have a teeny bit of a delay.
Okay, well, that's all right.
we're
I'll
gonna have to
take my
really
time.
listen.
So, we're going to go back. This is something that was written by our friend Randy Rogel, who wrote Yakko's World. And Brain, if you should like to start this little event, I think you'd like to refer to Yakko's World, wouldn't you? Here we go.
Pinky, that song, Yakko's World, has got me thinking. If we're going to take over the world, we'll have to take over every one of those countries.
Oh, yes.
But which one do we take over first? United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama?
Well, I don't know about you, Brain, but I'm feeling hungry.
Hungary? How about Turkey?
Ooh, well, Turkey sounds great, Brain.
So we should start with Turkey then,
Yes, I like Turkey.
not Hungary.
Well, no, not after we've had Turkey.
Well, when do we go for Hungary?
Why would you want to be hungry?
That's beside the point, Pinky, but the Hungarians like it.
Who?
The Hungarians. They like being hungry.
Well, why would they want to be hungry?
Because they're Hungarians.
And they like being hungry?
Well, of course. Who else would they be?
Well, why would they like being hungry?
Because they're Hungarians.
Well, just because they're Hungarians doesn't mean they have to be hungry.
Of course it does. What else would they be?
They could be not hungry.
That would make them Bulgarian.
Oh, okay, so you're telling me they have Turkey right there in front of them, but they'd rather be hungry.
Exactly.
Well, I don't mind telling you, that's just crazy.
Why? They've been hungry for 1,000 years.
1,000 years? Hey, Gad, they must be really skinny. Don't they ever eat?
What a silly question. Of course they eat.
Then why are they hungry?
Because
They're Hungarians.
they're Hungarians. Yeah. All right. Forget about Hungary.
I will. After we have Turkey, or chili. I like chili too.
Chile. You mean in South America between Argentina and Bolivia?
That's a long way to go for chili, but yeah, okay.
You think Chile is a better choice than Turkey?
I think either one is better than being hungry.
Why?
Because who wants to be hungry? The Hungarians. Yeah, okay. So let's just say I was Hungarian.
All right.
And I'm hungry.
You mean your country is?
My country?
Yes, your country is Hungary.
Good gracious, the entire country is hungry?
Yes.
So all of us are hungry?
Yes.
Wait. So let's say we all sit down to a big meal and we eat until we're full.
Right.
Well, then we wouldn't be hungry anymore.
Why not?
Because we just ate.
You're still going to be hungry.
What, you mean even after Turkey and chili?
Hungarians are always going to be hungry, Pinky. They're proud of that.
Hey, Gad, they're proud of being hungry?
Absolutely. And why shouldn't they be?
But we can still have turkey, right?
That's the plan.
Oh, thank goodness.
But now, Pinky, we must think of how to prepare for all of this.
Well, I don't care how they prepare it, as long as they don't put it in grease.
Greece?
Mm-hmm.
You mean in Southern Europe, across from Italy?
You can't find grease anywhere closer?
No, that's where Greece is.
Fine, whatever, Brain. Just don't have them put our turkey in grease.
That's ridiculous. You can't put turkey in Greece.
Olive Garden does it.
Pinky, it would be impossible to pick up turkey and drop it into grease.
Oh, Brain,
Wouldn't even fit.
Brain, people put turkey in grease all the time, though it's not very good for you.
This conversation is not very good for me, Pinky. Hungary, Greece, Chile, Turkey, what next?
Can we serve it on China?
Oh.
How about
we're
that?
We're Pinky and the
Brain. Oh, my God, Mo.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was written by our brilliant friend, Randy Rogel. And
yes, he truly is a tunesmith and a wordsmith. I mean, his lyrics are just brilliant.
Yeah.
And his script writing is great. He's won a couple of Emmys for it. I mean,
yeah, he's got almost as many as you do, pal.
Stop.
Jesus,
Don't with the Emmys.
I've lost count at 2. Oh man, this is just.
That's it, because that's as high as Pinky can count.
That's exactly right. 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. This is such a pleasure, pal. And Maurice and I were talking. Actually, yesterday we did a Pinky the Brain script for season 3.
Brand new episode.
And I'm telling you what, you guys, we are hitting our stride. These writers and the songs I did today, oh, Jesus, Murphy. If you like what we got now, there's some really great stuff coming.
Wait till season 2 and wait till season 3.
That's right.
I think it's going deeper, the show.
Yeah.
Nothing against the original series, because I love the original series. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But we've taken the characters, or what they've taken the characters, and the show is set 20 years later.
Right.
Brain's a little more pissed off.
Got
that
a
he
little
hasn't
more
taken over
edge.
the world.
Yeah.
But we also are going into these very deep scripts with turns right and left.
Yeah.
And surprise endings.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. And your work is absolutely brilliant, pal.
Well, it's just an absolute gas to be doing it. And so far, just like the folks here who have, you're right, Jenny, Randy Rogel is a goddamn genius. Well said. That's my little friend from across the pond, Jenny Butler.
Jenny Butler.
Yeah. And we're...
Hello, my dear.
Hi, Jim Craig. Oh, my gosh, all these wonderful people. Yeah, it is such a profound gift to be able to do this show. And I think we knew that we were in for a great time simply because we were going to be able to work together again on something that has become exponentially larger than the first time we did it. But man, I'm telling you, it has really exceeded our expectations. I
never thought we would ever get the chance to be those two characters again, apart from just doing it on the road when we were doing cons, that type of thing.
Right.
But to be back in studio and being Pinky and the Brain and playing that relationship, because they really love each other.
Yes.
But
I love the Brain. Although you're not a very good kisser. I don't mind telling you, Brain, you know.
Pinky, I told you not to discuss my...
Sorry. Am I telling tales out of school, Brain?
Ineptitude. No. My labial ineptitude, there it is.
Well said. No, man, it is. It's all...
Labial Ineptitude is the name of my, going to be my new band.
Good. I like that. Labial Ineptitude. Fantastic. No, it's all just so good, and I'm so absolutely thrilled that you were kind enough to join me again. And I please thank your beautiful son and your beautiful wife for allowing you to step away.
And by the way, the Grimmies, for putting me in this room and getting me all set up.
Thank you, bud.
Marcus and Bud went all out. I wouldn't miss it, pal. I would almost feel like I was not your lucky charm.
And you wouldn't be magically delicious.
I'm not magically delicious. No,
that's not what I've heard.
Believe me, I ran up here, but you know.
Oh, I love you, pal.
I just love you, and I love that we get to do this.
Yeah.
Every time. May this show run long.
Thank you, pal.
May it be many years before I have to be your lucky charm on a new iteration.
Oh, no. Listen.
I want this one to be the one.
I want this thing to go on forever. And with the good graces of Frank Kelly and his folks here at Esports Arena and the kindness of all our fans, we can do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely, the talented, the two-time Emmy-winning Maurice LaMarche, son of Jonathan LaMarche, husband of Robin Eisenman, and dear brother of Robert Frederick Paulsen III of Grand Blanc, Michigan. So thank you, pal.
Indeed.
I love you, buddy, and thank you so much for coming, Brain. We'll see you. By the way, go ahead and ask me.
Pinky, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I think so, Brain. But if Jack's black and Betty's white, is Marvin gay? No.
Oh, Pinky. Our plan for world domination. It's dashed to bits now.
Okay. Take care, pal. I'll see you soon.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too,
Next
man.
time I'll be in studio with you.
All right. Take care, buddy. Love to everybody. Take care. Thanks, Mo. Bye-bye. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, Maurice freaking LaMarche. Well, I don't even know what to say. I love that boy so much, and boy, is he a talented son of a mouse. Okay. Speaking of all these wonderful people we have with us tonight, I think we're getting ready to do Q&A. Is that right? All right. So we're going to do Q&A. And these lovely folks here, Stephanie and Brandon and Connie, everybody have had some wonderful ideas. And as I said a bit earlier, we really crave your input. I know that they are going to be reaching out to you guys and asking, what did you like? What didn't you like? As long as you don't say you didn't like me, because I need this gig and I really want someday Cheez-Its to send me a box. We really, truly do crave your input. It's not faint, it wasn't lip service when I said we're in this together and we're inclusive. I want this to be a show for all of us. My name, gratefully, is on the title card. But as I've said, and it's the damn truth, I got nothing. I mean nothing without you guys. So let's make this our show, okay? So these guys, Steph and Connie and Brandon, came up with some great ideas, and you guys send in video questions. So I should do my best to answer them, and off we go.
Hello, Rob. Welcome back to the interwebs. I have one question for you. Since there's going to be a lot of people asking about how to get started in this or favorite characters that, my question would be, considering that you have been going from podcasting to music to acting and now video gaming, I want to know what drives you, or if you could give any advice to people that want to get the motivation to get started and to just head on to their favorite project or to their dream career first. What can you give them? Like, what is something that drives you, and if you could share that with anybody?
Oh my goodness, what a fantastic question right out of the chute. What motivates me? My sweet friend, I think in a word, it's joy. And the reason I say that is because when you're a young person, like the beautiful young lady to whom we just, from whom we just heard, you do things because they just make your soul happy. You know what I mean? You do stuff because you kind of go, gosh, I don't know what it is, but when I do this, I sure feel good. And my mom and dad get a kick out of it. You know, the guy that I'm kind of crush on at school is kind of looking at me, or, you know, I found this girl and when I make her laugh, it feels so good. And the same thing with music, the same thing with writing. There's a thing that happens to me that is almost chemical. And by that I mean not because I've had lots of experiences with illicit substances, day's not over yet, but I can promise you, and I'll be dead straight with you, I'm 65 years old. I don't care. Nobody cares what I look like. I can do this gig till I drop dead. Not today, because I got to drive back to LA. But the same thing that excited me and got me out of my own doldrums, got me attention, just literally made my soul happy at 10 or 12 years old, is the same damn thing at 65. This experience with all these new young people is so wonderful. And it is absolutely the way it has been my entire life. I understand that most people who decide they love sports or love music or love writing or love doing theater, most of us won't be able to make a living at it. I got that. But that doesn't mean that you don't take the opportunity to give yourself that gift of joy and fulfillment. Man, if you're a guy who sells steel like my old man did, and you do plays with the Detroit Civic players on the weekend, that's fantastic. If you love to bowl and you're a 270 average bowler, Jesus, man, you're good, and you do it because you love it. I've been rich and I've been poor. Rich is way better. But I promise you, the things that drive me doing this had nothing to do with money. It really didn't. It's all about another way to connect, another way for people to see my stuff, another way for me to see your stuff. So I think that trying to find a way to hook into whatever brings your soul, and I'm dead serious, like where you can feel it. It's just, I can't not do this. That's what you hook into. And if it changes, it changes. But that's what gets me out of my own way. I've had, some of you read my book, and I've had periods in my career that have been really in the dumper. But when I reconnect with what it was at 7, 8, 10, 25, 30, 40 years old that would get me out of that, it always works for me. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's do the next one.
Hey Rob, Yeso here, actually keeping your seat warm here inside the Esports Arena studio. And I had a question for you. Myself, over the years, I've become a big fan of independent animators and creators on YouTube, whether it be Ego Raptor, Worthy Kids, or others. And I'm just curious if there are any independent animators or creators, or even voice actors yourself that you've become a fan of over the years. Thanks and enjoy the show.
Oh, thanks, pal. And wow, thank you for sharing this couch with me. Independent animators, and I have to plead a certain amount of ignorance, my friend, because I've always worked in the traditional studio realm. That is to say, I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up specifically liking Chuck Jones, Bob McKimson, Charles Schultz, Friz Freleng, you know, the usual suspects, Tex Avery. And so I really don't know that many independent animators. I know animators who've worked for Warner Brothers and Disney and Nickelodeon and Marvel, and you know they all go around. Rich Eisen, not Rich Eisen. Oh God, I forgot my friend's name. Clearly not the best friend of the world. Incredible animator. Tom Tataranowicz, who is the creator of Biker Mice from Mars. Some of you may remember that show in which I played a character called Throttle. My voice is about as badass as I get because I'm like 5'9.5" and $145. So, yeah, that's it. It's the beauty of cartoons. But I am always quick to say when I'm doing an interview, and people are very kind when they, you know, they're interested in what I have to say. These folks here are making a big fuss over me and allowing me to have this glorious opportunity. But man, I don't draw them, I don't write them. And as you know, being an animator, it is a profoundly remarkable skill. And the thing that I really like a lot, especially about this new technology where we literally are able to communicate like that all around the world, is that I have been in the glorious position of connecting a writer in South Africa with a kid whose animation I saw from Ireland. And they get together and they produce stuff and put it out on YouTube. Isn't that the coolest damn thing? I love that. Now, a lot of times people want to end up in Hollywood, and I don't blame them. That's where I came. And to do what I do, so far, and right now, you still have to be out here to work with the big folks. However, that is probably changing. And the ability to be incredibly creative and create an audience and get your stuff out there, literally using your phone in a, you know, an animation program and YouTube that's free. What a time to be a creator. So I apologize for not being able to answer you specifically, but please do understand that I get what a collaborative effort this is. And while I'm, you know, the voice of the character, and it's not false modesty, I'm good at my job, but I'm only the actor. None of this happens without animators and writers, and so thank you very much for your gig, my friend, and let's do a show together, okay? Cool. Let's do the next one.
Hey Rob, 2 questions. My first one is, what's a character you voiced that you don't think most people know about? And 2, where's your favorite place to vacation? Thank you so much. Love your work. You're awesome. Have a good one.
Well, hello, nurse. Gosh, a character that most people don't know was me. I think people get a big kick out of the fact that I was Toodles. I don't know why, but because I don't have little kids, but I get a lot of folks who say, "Oh my God, I didn't know you were Toodles," and so they get a kick out of that. There's another one that I used to do in a show called the Gummy Bears, called Gusto Gummy, who is this crazy, you know, whack job artist. And so, yeah, the Gummy Bear. Gosh, I don't know. There are a couple of other ones, I'm sure, too, that people screaming at this, you know, the computer going, "What about this one?" Actually, Throttle from Biker Mice from Mars, you know, that kind of badass guy. That's another one. Because people don't expect a really cool guy to be coming out of me. That's why it's great that nobody cares what I look like. So yeah, those are several. My favorite place to vacation, man, I got to tell you, we have, Rude Dog, that's right. There you go. See, Antoine, Antoine from Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you remember the show from Sonic the Hedgehog? That was me, Antoine. And Rude Dog and the Dweebs. Thank you, Laura Shank. Yeah, Rude Dog, years ago, 1989 or something like that, CBS in the morning. That was, who else was on that show? Dave Coulier, Joey from Full House was on it. Peter Cullen, whom you guys know as Megatron, he was on that show. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Rude Dog and the Dweebs. Thank you very much. Time Squad, right? Oh my God, see, thank you very much. And Tasty Time with Zafranc. I played a talking dog who taught kids little, it was a Disney thing. They taught kids little recipes, and there was a cat who was the antagonist and would always try to steal my cooking. It was played by Mark Hamill. So there you go. And Mark Hamill and I did another show together called Time Squad with Pam Adlon, whom you guys know from Better Things and the voice of Bobby Hill from King of the Hill. Pammy, myself, and Mark Hamill. We had incredibly too much fun. My favorite place to vacation. You know, I grew up in Michigan. Go Red Wings. I love northern Michigan. I love the northern Lower Peninsula. Just beautiful. In California, it's pretty hard. Once you get to the beach or the mountains, we have a place on the beach in San Simeon between the Hearst Castle and Cambria, which is a beautiful area just south of Big Sur. There's a reason they call the Pacific Ocean, because it pacifies me. So, yeah, I really like it up in Cambria. So thank you very much for the questions. Next one.
Hi Rob, my name is Amber. I come from the UK and I've got a question for you. Well, more of a question for Gusto Gummy, in fact. I was wondering, Gusto, do you prefer living on your own with Artie Deco, or do you prefer living with the rest of the Gummy Bears? Thank you.
See what I mean? We have lovely fans from all around the world. Thank you, sweetie. Let me qualify that right away. When I say sweetie, I know I'm older, and I realize I'm going to go off on tangents every now and then, because clearly I was aptly cast as Yakko. I haven't shut up for 40 minutes. But when I say sweetie, it is truly a term of endearment. I don't mean it to be like a creepy old man, so please forgive me if I seem to be overstepping. So, young lady, or madam, Ms. You brought up the Gummy Bears. Yeah, Artie Deco was my bird. Maybe I even did the voice of Artie Deco. I don't remember. It's probably somebody else. But I had like a parrot who lived on my show. You can check him out, Gusto Gummy on YouTube, or Gummy Bears. And do I prefer hanging out with Artie Deco or the other Gummy Bears? Well, I got to tell you, having worked on a number of episodes, the late, great Lorenzo Music, whom you guys know as, I forgot which Gummy, but you folks who like older television remember him as Carlton the Doorman from Rhoda. He played the Bill Murray character in, Ghostbusters cartoon. He sadly passed away a few years ago, but it was a gas. Corey Burton was Gruffy Gummy. We love Corey Burton. June Foray was Grammy Gummy, and she's passed away, but made it to a 99. Just an incredible group of actors. It's never, Lorenzo was Tummy Gummy. And you're right, Nadia, he was Garfield as well. So when you get a chance to hang out with those kind of Gummy Bears, it don't get no better. So I think I'll choose them. Thank you. Next question.
Hey, I have a question for him. What advice would you give to a beginner voice actor like myself? What advice do you have for me?
Well, thank you, sweetie. What advice would I give to a new voice actor? Small V, large A. Voice acting is about acting. I, like Maurice, Frank Welker, Peter Cullen, Tress MacNeille, Nancy Cartwright, on and on and on. We all started doing theater. In Maurice's case, it was stand-up. In my case, it was live music and improv. Billy West, same thing. And it really is about acting. I think the reason that you folks love a lot of these characters, and often your parents love them, and sometimes your grandparents, like Bugs or the Flintstones or whatever, is because they're well acted. So my advice would be to learn to act. And I think the opportunity, it's a gift to yourself when you take the opportunity to do something that's a little out of your comfort zone, to get on stage, to understand that when you screw it up, it's not the end of the world. I can't even tell you how many times I've gone up on stage and forgot a lyric or forgot a line, and you learn how to roll with it. But all that does is give you confidence in your ability to create. So I believe that learning to act with your voice and others, and it's not doesn't have to all be done at one time. This is a marathon, kids. I'm old enough to be most of your parent, maybe grandparent, and I ain't even close to done. And I've been in LA for 43 years. The late, great Paul Newman said in an interview once, just maybe 6 months before he passed away, that he didn't think he really got it in terms of being an actor till he was 70. So that's great news. Improv is also really helpful, learning to think on your feet and create like that, like writing that little song I wrote before I got here. So all of that helps you to act, and that translates into voice work or stage work or what have you. So thank you. Next question.
Hey Rob, this is a bit of an odd question. Do you have any recollections or interesting stories about your time working on Danger Rangers? I ask because I've been on this deep dive into the show's production, and of all shows to have a rabbit hole, it's this one. Bird also says hi.
Danger Rangers. Mark Hamill was on that. Who else was on that? Well, I was on that. I played a mouse. Something about mice. Biker mice, Pinky and the Brain.
I was, I think his name was Jacques, one of the mices on Cinderella. I was that.
So, and then, yeah, I'm predisposed to doing mice. What does that tell you? Yeah, the thing I remember most about it was produced by my dear friend Jerry Hauser, whom you guys would know actor-wise from a great movie from when I was a kid called The Summer of '42. And check out Jerry Hauser. Also, I'm a big hockey fan. Jerry played Killer Carlson in Slapshot, the movie with Paul Newman. Just a wonderful friend. I spoke to him just last week. Jerry produced that show. And Randy Rogel, our friend from Tunisia, Morocco, Uganda, Angola, Zimbabwe, Djibouti, Botswana, wrote that music, and there was a lot of it in it. So, yeah, oh, and I think also John Kassir, the Crypt Keeper, was on that show. And thank you very much for asking. There's another one that I forgot. Listen, when you're lucky enough to me, lucky enough to like me, to have made a living doing something you would do for free around people you would choose to have in your personal life, there really is no bad experience. And I know your question wasn't about was it good or bad, but all I can tell you is it was a gas. And of course, Mark Hamill. Mark is one of the kindest, obviously gifted, but I've had the incredible privilege of hanging with Mark on a number of occasions and different events where we sign autographs and stuff. And Mark is exemplary in the way he handles his celebrity. He's just not only a delightful guy and a really gifted guy, but he's wonderful with the fans. No pretense, no attitude, and that's how you behave if you're lucky enough to garner anything resembling celebrity, and Mark certainly has. So those are the really high points of Danger Rangers. Thanks. Do we have another one, or is that it? Oh, cool. We got another one. All right, fire away, boss.
Hey, Rob. My question is whether there were some one-time characters that you'd like to voice again.
Oh, thank you. One-off characters that I'd like to voice again. Gosh. Well, I would, because I used to do a show called The Tick, in which I was Townsend Coleman, who played the voice of the Tick. I was his sidekick. Yeah, just wrote that. Actually, Mickey Dolenz from the Monkees did the first season of The Tick, and I was out there on the last 2 seasons of The Tick. And there were a couple of one-off. Oh, I know what it was. I think I maybe did 2 episodes, 1 for sure. I did a character on The Tick called Brainchild that I frickin' loved. It was this surly, nasty, smart-ass kid who had this globe, rather than this sort of half a clear globe on his head. Check out, just Google Brainchild / Tick or whatever, and you'll see. And I love that character because he was everything that I wanted to be when I was a little kid but couldn't because I would have been disciplined all day. Just a stinky, smart-ass, know-it-all, poopy kid. And so yeah, Brainchild and The Tick, I love that show. I think that to this day, I really enjoyed the most recent on-camera version of The Tick on Prime, I think it was. And the actors are terrific, but apart from that, I got to say that that version of the animated Tick, even the ones I wasn't in, that Ben Edlund created when he was 25 or something. Matter of fact, when I first met Ben Edlund, when the Tick started, I remember thinking that he was a production assistant because he's like this kid having a Coke in the corner. And I remember I used to see him all the time, and I'd say to the producer, who's that? He's here. Is he like he doesn't work at the studio. I see him only on, he goes, oh, that's Ben Edlund. He created the show. So yeah, precociousness runs rampant in Hollywood. But The Tick was fabulous, and Brainchild was totally one I would want to do again. Thanks very much. Fire away. Okay, last one.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Paulsen. This is Brongar. Hey, does pineapple belong on pizza? That is a question I'm asking all of the voice actors.
Can you, what was the question? I couldn't quite hear it. Say again? Oh, does pineapple belong on pizza? Okay, I thought it was some code like the Grunion are running tonight. Get ready. Pineapple belong on pizza. Not for me, dude. Not for me. Cheez-Its, on the other hand, I could put on anything. And I'm not even paid by these people. I love Cheez-Its. I am not a big fan of pineapple on pizza. It's kind of like salt and caramel. I don't get that. I know that one's supposed to... Oh, when I was a kid, I'd see people just violate a beautiful piece of watermelon with salt on it. God, I could never get that. It was awful. So no, I'm not a big pineapple guy. You may not know this, but I'm not one, but two of the Ninja Turtles. I was Raphael when most of you were very little or even not even born. And then Donatello in a later iteration. So I do know a lot about pizza vis-a-vis the TMNT. And for me, it's hot fudge, marshmallow, tuna fish, and Doritos. Or Cheez-Its, as the case may be. But for me, not about pineapple. But anyway, that's it. We got our questions done. I hope you enjoyed that. And as I said, am I wearing a hearing aid? No, I'm not, although I probably should. These are in-ear monitors so I can hear my genius friend Connie tell me when to shut up, and he's telling me that right now. But I sure enjoy and appreciate you guys taking the time to make those fabulous videos. And I know we got way more videos than we had time for. Do we have, Connie, and forgive me if I'm, like I said, we're kind of winging this until we figure it out. Do we have any time for any more questions here, like online, Connie? Oh, great. Okay, I can talk to the stream chat here. So why don't we do that? And okay, let's see. You guys want to ask me? Oh, Whole Punch Leaf, that's a good one. Whole Punch Leaf asked me, is Donnie or Raph more of a pizza expert? Yes. That's all the answer I can give you. It's me, Andy Boy. Hello, Andy. Do any of you, oh, thank you for doing this. Thank you, Raina. It is so my pleasure. Oh, Alex Bartolo wants me to do Ichabizer's voice for him.
All right, I can do Ichabizer's voice. I think that was from a show called Veggie Tales in the City, right? Yeah, I think I'm a talking, what am I, for God's sake? I think I'm a talking zucchini. And the bottom line for that should be, what? And give up show business? Yeah. And then, Bacon Bill, I'm a talking piece of bacon too. How did your dad make a living? All right. Daniel Betancourt, cool name. Do you think life is just a big comedy, Rob? That's a very existential question, my friend. I don't know that it's a big comedy. We can certainly find reasons to find it being a tragedy, but I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit hole. But hey, boss. But let's put it this way. I think that laughter is integral to a happy life. Let's put it that way. Because we know that no one gets out of here without a couple of dings.
And thank God for cartoons and joy and laughter to help us when things go south. So that's my answer to that. Let's see. Oh, here we go. If Yakko and Pinky, this is what, oh, Andrew Brady. Hi, Andrew. If Yakko and Pinky were to meet each other, where would they hang out? I would say, hey, Yakko. I mean, that's me. Hey, Pinky. Yes, Yakko. Where do you want to hang out? Well, I'm thinking Esports Arena. I understand they have lovely Cheez-It jerseys there. They get free water, Panina water. That Rob Paulsen is there, which I don't particularly care to see him, but I think that's a great idea. How about you, Yakko? Yeah, I'm thinking first I'm going to stop off at the water tower and pick up a six-pack of soft drinks. Yeah, I was not going to say that. But, yeah, so why don't we go down to Esports Arena, and I'll drive. Hey, Dad, good idea. Narf. Okay, there you go. Let's see here. Oh, you're from Altoona, Pennsylvania. It was a joy to meet you. It was my pleasure to meet you, too. Oh, great. Okay. What is your favorite cartoon from Amethyst if you choose to only voice one? I presume you mean of what I've already done. Pretty tough to not go for Animaniacs because I get to sing. And I love to sing. And that was a very big deal. It is a big deal. I keep forgetting we're doing it again. So, yeah, probably Animaniacs. Let's see. Oh, hi, Mallory. What was my favorite cartoons when I was growing up? I loved Rocky and Bullwinkle. And June Foray, our friend Rocky and Natasha, was a dear friend. And June made it to 99 before she went to that great animation studio in the sky. Rocky and Bullwinkle, Looney Tunes, of course. To this day, I can still watch Kill the Wabbit, and laugh my guts out. I can watch Duck Season, Wabbit Season, Fire! And then Daffy's beak is upside down and backwards and all that stuff. So there we go. Let's see. DeMuro, first and foremost, oh, thanks. It's a pleasure to be here. You met me at C2E2 in Chicago a couple years back, and the inspiring words you told me that day, I keep to this day. Great. What did I say? Don't pick your nose? Okay. My question is, when you're first getting started, how do you cope with not landing gigs? Isn't this great that we get to do this? Because there are a lot of young actors out there who want to know. I think how do I cope? Well, look, you guys have seen me as a person who's been relatively successful. I've done something like 2,500 half hours of animation. That means I've auditioned for probably 5,000. So I haven't won most auditions for which I've read. Because I've been in Hollywood now for 43 years and working pretty much all that time. How do I deal with it? I think knowing when you get into this business, if you want to do it for a living, that it is understandably very competitive, and this is where everybody comes. If you're the guy or girl in high school who wins all the auditions and you're the king, the prom king and queen, and you're the person who does Oklahoma and West Side Story and all the other, you're always the lead, and you go to college and you get a few leads there and become the big cheese, you come here and everybody who was that around their particular states or countries come out here. So the competition level is extremely high. And I think the mindset that I have is as long as I can leave an audition knowing that if they gave me another 2 hours, I couldn't have given them any more than I gave them. That's the best I can do. And if Mo gets the job that day or Billy West gets the job on that particular show, I had 2 callbacks for Philip J. Fry on Futurama. And when I saw the show, they made the right choice. Billy was the guy. And look what he's done with that character. Not only Philip, but Zoidberg and Professor Barnes. Oh, my God. It's Billy frickin' West, for God's sake. So if I know that I couldn't have done any better, then I forget about it. It takes practice, just like anything else. And it's hard when you don't get it. But I give myself about 30 seconds to get bummed out about the fact that I haven't had a job in months, or, when I was a kid and I didn't have any money. I've been broke more times than I can count. But at the end of literally every day, when I was having a rough time, I reminded myself that this was a choice. When you want to be a professional actor, it's a choice. there are no guarantees. There are no guarantees in life, right? And I know I'm getting kind of philosophical, but that's how I got through that. I remember that even if you could be somewhere else, you'd prefer to have a little more money, but the truth is, this is where you want to be, and you chose it. So if it goes south, part of the deal. And when you get it, and when you win one, then it's just like, oh my God, that's exactly why I came here. So I hope that's not too confusing, but remembering that you're doing what you chose to do is a really great way to get through the tough times. Okay? Let's see. Shoot the priest. Thank you. That's the thing I did with Jonathan Witters. Let's see. Adriana says, do you do your voices when you're at a restaurant? Oh, you bet I do. Oh, yeah. In fact, Maurice LaMarche and I were at a place called Boa, a steakhouse in Santa Monica several years ago. And Mo happened to have a Pinky in the Brain shirt on. Waiter comes to the table. This, oh my God. Can I just say, Mr. Sir, I'm sorry, but I love Pinky in the Brain. I'm so great you wore that shirt. Can I take your order? And Mo gave the order as Brain. And of course, the kid was like, Jesus, that's really good. And then I said, well, that's because he's the Brain. And the kid said, that's really good too. And Mo said, that's because he's Pinky. And within about 5 minutes, first of all, the kid was just adorable. He got all, hey, God, it's Pinky in the Brain at table 4. And within 5 minutes, the cooks, the wait staff, the management, they all came out. They're going, North Point, yes. Fantastic. So yeah, we do it all the time. And all it does is make people smile. It's the coolest freaking thing in the world. Okay, now then, let's see. Oh, great question. Peter says, what was it like working at home through the pandemic? Different, for sure. I always miss being around the actors. Even though I have the technology to allow me to work at home, I would much prefer to be with the other actors. They just make me better. Plus, like you saw tonight, that's a little snippet of what Mo and I do. Today it was with Tress McNeil and Jess Harnell and Animaniacs. It's just, I always want to be with the other actors. However, I have a number of friends of mine who are on live action shows and were not able to work during the pandemic. Man, with the exception of just getting some things tweaked and figured out, we didn't miss a beat on Animaniacs. It was fantastic. There are things coming up this year that you will hear that were recorded at our place in San Simeon on the beach with, as I call it, Pillow Fort Studios. I was just surrounded with a really great mic and pillows. And it was broadcast quality. So what a time to have been through a pandemic and be able to still work at home. Profoundly lucky fellow you see in the Cheez-It jersey before you tonight. Let's see. If I could do an audiobook in character, what character would I want to do in what book? I think Carl Weezer in 50 Shades of Grey. Is everybody laughing? Are you laughing? Oh, good. Okay. Don't you think Carl Weezer reading 50 Shades of Grey would be funny? Maybe a felony, too. Funny and felony start with an F and end with a Y, and they mean totally different things. Yeah, I think that would be the one. By the way, hi, Carl Weezer's here tonight. Don't forget to finish your croissant. What is it about that guy? People love... Stephanie, you love Carl, don't you? Yes, yes! People love Carl Weezer. So one of these days we'll have to have a whole show of Carl Weezer singing, like, oh, I don't know. You guys like Led Zeppelin? And Carl can sing Immigrant Song. Ah! That's all he knows. That really doesn't matter. Carl is a lad. Yes, he is. Do I know Tom Kenny? Oh, my God. I know Tom Kenny like I know Maurice LaMarche. Tom is one of my very best friends in the entire world. I love Tom and his wife, Jill, and their kids, Mac and Nora. Yeah, they're very good friends, and you guys know what Tommy's about. Carl should sing Yakko's World. I'll tell you what. Carl will sing a new verse of Yakko's World that Randy wrote. It goes like this. Let me get a little bit of my water, because Carl's chops are a little dry. This is what I love about this show. I know I'm rambling, and I don't want to do it too long, because I don't want you guys to be scared and not come back. So here's Carl singing a new verse. Montenegro and Bosnia Herzegovina, the Soviet Union is gone.
South Africa, Georgia, Moldova, Latvia, Belarus, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, hey, Kazakhstan, hey, then there's Tajikistan too, hey, Turkmenistan, hey, Kurdistan, woo, Armenia, Tonga, Palau, Lithuania, Serbia, Kosovo, US, Samoa, the Balkans, Brunei, Macau and Crimea, then Eritrea, Ukraine and Estonia, here's Macedonia, New Caledonia, Eastern Slavonia, Ivory Coast and Cape Verde, and Northern Solomon Islands, Dubai. How about that? All right, you guys, I, pardon me, have had entirely too much fun. And thank you so much, really, for being with me on this incredible journey throughout the last 10 years in various iterations. Thank you, Luna. The lazy elf makes the whole song. That's why I love Carl. But really, 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 I can't say it enough, and you better get used to it, because every damn time I get to do this show, I'm going to be utterly effusive in my praise for my audience. We're so lucky to have you. As I said, we've got so much to look forward to. Frank and my friends here are going to have me play games, and I'm not any good, so it'll be really cool seeing Carl Weezer flip out because he plays Apex Legends and his head explodes. But I'm just really, really having a great time. Thank you for joining us. We will be, I'm good. We will be trying to do this once a week. I think Thursdays at 8 p.m. Pacific so far. You know, we got a little bit of a late start tonight, but the fact that we can kind of ramble and do this as we see fit is one of the glorious aspects of this whole operation. So thank you so very much. And as I've said from the beginning of my podcast, and I'm telling you, it's the damn truth. Try it. Laughter is the best medicine. The cool thing is you can't OD and the refills are free. So on behalf of all my friends here at Esports Arena, thank you so very much. And we'll see you on the next one, okay? Don't forget to talk tunes. Bye.